Hello there, my name is Chris Garrock. I'm the Director of Stewardship for the Grand Traverse Regional Land Conservancy. Today we are at the Mitchell Creek Meadows Nature Preserve, and I'm excited to share with you some important next steps as we work towards opening this property to the public. At a little over 200 acres, the property sits in the heart of the Mitchell Creek watershed, where it protects a number of streams and wetlands that feed into East Grand Traverse Bay. Prior to the Conservancy's involvement in this project, the property was run as a golf course for a number of years. Since then, it sat unused, which has allowed vegetation to recolonize the golf course. That includes both native species that we're really encouraged to see and a whole host of non-native species that means we have a lot of work to do. We're also hopeful to be able to provide access to the property through a trail system and very excited about the Conservation Center, the future home of the Grand Traverse Regional Land Conservancy. We're hard at work designing a sustainable trail system that will help bring visitors to some of the most picturesque parts of the property, like this branch of 4 Mile Creek behind me. We plan to build nearly 3/4 of a mile of trail, which includes significant amounts of boardwalk, to help traverse some of the wetter and most sensitive portions of the property. The entire trail system will be built to universally accessible specs so that we can provide these recreation opportunities to everyone. We're also excited to have the opportunity to work with our partners at Tart Trails, Norte, and East Bay Township to extend the Tart Trail system through our property and connect the surrounding schools and residential areas to the broader Tart Trail network. As I mentioned earlier, there are a number of non-native invasive plants on the property for us to contend with, as evidenced by the wall of autumn olive behind me. We've been very fortunate to have the support of our volunteers and outside professional help to help us tackle this problem initially, but there's a tremendous amount of work to be done yet. Part of our plan to help tackle this problem is to introduce a second goat herd on the property to eat invasive species and continue to engage with contractors to help augment the work that our volunteers have done. In areas of the property where invasive species aren't as prevalent, but there's still a need for restoration work, we intend to purchase seed mixes, plugs, shrubs, and trees to help jumpstart the restoration and restore those to fully functioning native habitats. Because current site conditions are rather poor, initial investment in seed mixes and plants will allow us to increase the diversity of plant species on the property. We'll then be able to utilize volunteer help to collect seeds, which we can propagate in our soon-to-be-built greenhouse, and allow us to use those native plants in restoration projects across our service area. It is our hope that the public will be able to help us and learn about the restoration through a series of volunteer workdays, informational hikes, and interpretive signage. Not only are we concerned with the immediate restoration of this property, but we're working with partners at a watershed scale to address the overall health of the Mitchell Creek watershed, which is really important because it drains into East Grand Traverse Bay, which serves as the drinking water source for the city of Traverse City. Some of the projects we're collaborating on across the watershed are macroinvertebrate surveys, floodplain connectivity assessments, stream crossings, undersized culverts, and restoring a diverted stream to its historic channel. We are working hard to restore this special property and are excited to open it to the public. If you're interested to support us in these efforts, please visit gtrlc.org for more information.